Good evening, everyone. Something. Housekeeping. We aren't expecting a fire alarm. If there is one, it means leave the premises. Anybody need assistance getting out? If you make sure your phones are on silent, means either off or on silent. And it wasn't it? Yep. Right. So to start with, declarations of interest. Steve, the market traders have got interested in you that obviously affects them.
Chairman, I have got a relation in the
Yes.
I don't really want to. Can I just out to being related? I don't really want to actually admit to who I'm related to.
Sorry, I was going by the first line. Sorry. Apologies for absence.
Paul Croft. No, I don't know. Probably
He doesn't get the email.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So
No,
you have that.
yeah, I don't know.
Right, to receive declarations of interest, as I said, obviously the traders have got the interest in anything that financially affects them on the market. Anyone else got any other declarations they want to make? To adjourn the meeting for the members of the public. I think we missed that one. To receive, consider late urgent matters at the chairman's discretion. Nothing was brought up to me, such as nothing's come up. Right, to receive and agree the minutes of the last meeting on the 22nd of September. They did come round. Has everybody seen the minutes?
Yeah.
Anybody got any comments on the minutes?
No.
So are you happy that I sign them as being correct?
Yep.
I'll do that whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Was there any outstanding matters that are not on the agenda? Right, so we then move on to Ian to receive and consider reports from the market superintendent.
Hopefully all had.
Yes.
I'll read it verbatim.
Right. Those that haven't had a chance to.
We did have 1 week where actually torrential rain, so discussion with the committee members who were present, the traders, and we did slightly early. Snow footfall did power, I think, to Liverpool stage. It was getting a bit sad. So I think the positive is we've now got it's confirmed we've got the whole. So it was the footwear seller, shoe seller. Seems to be getting quite popular. Comments I've had from various footwear sites is that it's great to see in Swaffham, which doesn't have anything. So it's a good targeted audience. He's very happy here, which is really good. So we've got continue to have this casual trader earth panda. They do want a permanent pitch, but I just don't have anything that really suits what their needs. Be happy with. With no space, there's little I can do. It's on my list, but I don't really want. We've had a casual trader doing second-hand ladies' clothing and so forth. She's now finished for the winter. There's no doubt going to be back, and she also is a clairvoyant. I think would that be the right phrase?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, obviously going to offer her services. I store occasion as a clairvoyant around the Buttercross. Unfortunately, the week she was due to come to us, her mother was ill, so I'm quite sure she didn't forecast that or not. But anyway. So the questionnaire is actually done.
I don't have anything else to add really. I think credit to the traders. The footfall isn't great, so the last few weeks hasn't been that great. This week's before. I would say it's dependent. I'd say some of it on the auction being here. As we said, I think if the auction cancels, then we don't get the same footfall as we do if they're not here. I think the traders would agree with that.
Yeah, it does impact everyone. Yeah, I understand.
I think the waiting for the budget is also having an serious effect on people as well at the moment.
I don't know what the markets are like. I don't know whether these regulatory the market's been similar.
As other markets, no, they've been the same. They've been awful. Yeah, Ely's the same, and Ely's a jewel in East Anglia, but no, it's definitely not the same.
I think it's not on there, but just a couple of things. I've had two conversations with other councils. They've contacted me to ask us how our market is successful as that compared to others.
May I ask who those two councils were?
Koshka, there's nothing hidden.
No,
It was Aylsham and Framlingham. Yeah. And it's something that is interesting to hear them. They've had our price list and so forth to see if there's anything they're doing differently. One of the comments is about casual traders. Sorry, I bring up.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Casual traders booking pictures and then not turning up. So I don't know whether it's something we don't have, but it's whether we should be considering some form of deposit or pay a week in advance. So we don't have that. The problems they're finding is when they don't pitch up, that's the pitch gone. Whereas they could have got something else in. It hasn't happened here, but I'm just minded, is it something we should be considering? That's all I'd just say. It's not for me to make that decision. It's something perhaps in April or something that, or before.
Maybe it's something we perhaps should discuss maybe now.
Yeah.
If they're a casual surely they turn up on the day. It's speculating they get a space.
There's two ways. Either they just turn up on the day, or they ring up and book a space. They're still a casual trader, but they're booking a space. And like say, we haven't had that trouble, but obviously other markets have it where you'd say, they book a space, you save the space, and they don't turn up. You haven't got the chance to. That would affect us, wouldn't it? We've got usually got more.
I've got more
people
waiting.
which
is available, which obviously.
Well, I think so. You're paying a deposit. That's there.
Yeah.
They've got a guaranteed space. If you've got a casual space and they want a guaranteed space, they've got to pay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it goes back to the old days. Probably a porters.
Yeah,
I can remember 3 or 4 traders all parked on the side of the road waiting, and they were saying, "Well, if the space isn't occupied by 8 o'clock, you can have it." And I can remember there was always people having to go home, just turned up to Swaffham on the off chance of having a space.
Can we propose that, or does it need to go to council? If we propose it.
If you could put it to your next, or we could adjust the terms and conditions and then get it confirmed at full council.
So
December.
do we want to discuss it now or the next meeting?
So just get it done.
I would say we get it done.
Get it done. Yeah.
So what we
If it's checked down.
what we're going to propose?
And then pay them.
I'll bring it. I propose that anyone who's pre-booked, a casual trader that pre-books pays a deposit if they wish to guarantee the space. If we do not receive the fee before, I'd say 1 o'clock on a Friday, then they do not, we cannot guarantee them, we will not guarantee them their allocated
What
space.
we're going to, what deposit we're going to go for?
We're charging the full fee space.
Look, right. Anyone else? Phil?
Stop this.
Anyone else? Got any other suggestions?
Can I just, Chair, I finish at 12:30 on a Friday.
Well, it's 12 then.
So
12.
But then it doesn't give him a chance to ring anybody to get.
Well, the office
Well,
closed, so the message
Thursday
won't
night.
get through anyway, would
It's
it?
12
Thursday
o'clock
night.
and I've got till 12 o'clock on a Friday to
Thursday night.
to receive
Why
my book.
Thursday night.
Doesn't matter.
Thursday night. It then gives.
Find someone.
like you have Thursday, close to play Thursday, then it gives me Friday.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, because I'm not one of the traders.
For a chance.
Cool words. Yeah, gives me a fighting chance.
I don't need him.
Okay, so who's in agreement with?
Yeah.
So we've got a unanimous agreement then. Can we do whatever necessary?
Chair, that's probably my fault that Aylsham contacted the town, but
Doesn't matter.
just in the other, no, in the other way, I've been going around all the market towns. So they have been saying, well, you need to speak to Swaffham before it starts all the market.
Yeah, that's fine. We're not singing our praise.
No, I didn't. I did.
Right, any other, oh, have you finished?
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
You were saying about the workwear, the men's workwear.
Yes, I've been approached by a gentleman who sells men's workwear. We're waiting to see. He's moving to the area. He's had traded before. He also does, he's moving to the area. I can't say online what he's doing, it's better on him. But he's keen to have a pitch and would be keen to take the last remaining one by the War Memorial, because it's the only one that offered him the space he requires at the stage. So I'm working on that one to try and endeavour to get that. We continue to have various casual traders trying to get to us.
Shoe man. How many weeks has he been here?
He's got a permanent licence.
He has got a permanent.
Yeah. That's sorted. But I do want to approach with a permanent licence for our other new store, the Swagman. Yeah. Also, he's outside Costa, those who haven't seen him on the corner there. Utilise the pitch, it's quite difficult to encourage others to take. Very happy there. I think we've and proving quite popular again. He's very happy with the footfall he's receiving. So in preparation, I'd like the committee to consider whether we can give him a permanent licence or not.
Yeah, definitely.
Has anyone got any objections to him licence? No, it's good. It certainly costed me money.
And Hayden.
It's been about 20 quid a week. Also, it's going to be proposed he has a licence then. Or in playroom in recycling for licence.
I'll pick that up. Sword.
Good. Panda wanting a licence, but we haven't pitch. Can they not have a licence for a pitch?
No,
Licence pitch.
no license to put, no license pitch numbers to put to them, is it?
All I was thinking was that they obviously they'd get first choice of anywhere. That's all I meant. If there was a space, they'd have first choice. Anyway, I think.
Yeah, they've got that already. They're our most permanent.
Yes, the most permanent casual, but
They only want to, they all get for specific
okay.
area of the market. Right. I didn't want to annoy them by
No,
somebody
I'm
else
I'm
coming
aware
in.
that if someone did come, they won't.
Yeah, good.
I have, the question is out or been out. You'll be pleased to know I finally got around to the questionnaire. Would you like the results from the questionnaire, which I think I sent in earlier to you? Was that later on? I'll include it later on. Later on. Yep. That's fine.
That's the handful. Do you know something?
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Then receive, consider reports from market traders representatives. Who wants to start with the Saturday market?
I guess I'll start. It's very slow at the moment, but it's slow everywhere. Slow all aspects of business, no matter which way you look at.
Yeah.
Even the pallet man doesn't want pallets. So, yeah, it's doesn't matter what industry you're in. Restaurants are on their knees, shops are on their knees. And the market is definitely slow.
It's a bit sad.
Yeah. It's sad everywhere, really. I'm not sure if it's budget pending, but it definitely is.
For us, it seems like Christmas isn't happening
No.
this year. Not by a long way.
On my side, they've got to eat, but they're not eating. Well, if they are, they're eating fish fingers, chips and beans. Yeah, so the market is very slow at the moment as well. It always is the time you people go to see shopping, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
I guarantee you can't get in Chapmanfield's car park after 9 AM.
Yeah.
So,
having said that, we are getting quite a few coaches have stopped. Saturday wasn't as good, but the previous Saturday there was quite a few coaches stopped. And we had someone from Kent, and they were impressed with how the market was. They got nothing down Kent ways that matches it.
the George Hotel have had no buses in 7 days.
Yeah.
They're just not there.
No.
First. So,
No.
whether that's another route, but I generally get 3 restaurants somewhere on that route.
Yeah.
Well, first I reckon that they had, the first week was a complete sellout.
The problem is first, but have realised there's, you know, there's money in that and they're doing a lot of that. They're catering themselves now.
They've got their big investment in kitchen there,
Yeah.
2 million for their restaurant. Now,
Yeah.
so.
The bus drivers get
So they're pointing in their direction.
assistant. Okay. Auction, do you want to say any favour on that?
Yeah, seems to go very well. The auction is a bit naff, but
In terms
I
of,
heard
We
that.
had heard that.
yeah.
that's why I got that bit in first. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, this Saturday that was cancelled because that was be wet and all relies on those people coming from away. They're not going to travel in that weather and have it ready. So before anyone says I'm just a fair weather bit, I'm there. I've got my waterproof clipboard all ready to go.
We only had one trader who said that. It was fair weather, auctioneer.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
about right.
I'm one looking outside.
Yeah. So yeah, but it does, and you can see it's the people.
It makes a big, it does make a big difference, yeah. No, you're not fair weather and we do appreciate you stepping in.
Yeah, I know. I've made
That's
some
real-
my own back at the moment.
No, we've had some real good comments about you stepping in.
Yeah. No, that is. I can see why it's there, and well, I'm just going to play the theatre. I know it. It's a you've got to do an auctioneering of a different sort of style till you do something else, because people want that theatre and that entertainment on that side.
Yeah. Because we didn't have one of the other stalls turn up because it said if the auction's not there, there's no point in him turning up. It does, you know. Does make a big difference. Right, if we move on to the Friday market, how you doing?
Yeah, actually considering we're doing quite well. We're fully booked all the time now, all the stores booked in. We've got people aren't spending as much, but we've got a good walkthrough and we've been picking up several of the buses and been going in. Even on Saturday, they've been around. We were very lucky on Saturday because of the toilet situation in the outside. They come into the assembly rooms, the toilets, to have a little walk around. We charged 20p the same, but we had a virtual bus full coming there on Saturday because they were queuing. Yeah, someone said, "Do you better off going in there?" Which is got people in there. Didn't it?
Sorry, just going back to Fabian and the auction. Is there any benefit to utilising our gazebos to protect
I think we need
some of the goods to it? I'm just thinking I have a number of gazebos that would have protected some.
It's some of those bits and you can't see the lots. It's those people that are travelling, and if you're saying they're coming from Essex or anywhere else, the hour and a half, like this week, it was wet, so they weren't going to be loading up the vehicles. Then they've got to travel with that, and if they've got a little open trailer, it's all on the back. It's got wet, and then they think, "Oh, no one's going to be here in the rain, so why am I going to go up and do this week to not?" So it always, most things with an auction, you know, it's going to be, you know, on that speculative style. They're not there. I mean, it doesn't matter if it rains at 11. It doesn't matter. You've already got the lots there and everything there. But
it's on the Friday night as well.
it's that Friday night and that early morning. I'm just thinking, if we take most of ourselves, would we go up and take something in?
The only thing I would say is that the auction didn't seem to cancel quite as much, say last year. I don't know whether the weather's any worse this year, but I just wonder whether there's anything else we could do to try and support them.
No, it's just there, and
The weather has been, when it's been cancelled, the weather has been
yeah,
rough.
it's not there and it's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not the one. I get there, you know, later on than everyone else. But I mean, I just feel sorry for Boris. But if you're standing out there, well, he gets there at 4 o'clock, 4:30 time. I know there's other traders do that as well. But he's sitting there waiting and he's got nothing there. There's a limit to how a bit disheartening.
Poultry auction is not.
Obviously not. That's now 4 years since
Yeah.
there, and suspension, and now Swaffham is in a control zone at the moment. Anyway, since Saturday, to the outbreak on the Pickham airfield.
It just ain't going away, is it?
Well, it went away a bit last year, but you need 2 or 3 years for people to change the system, and it's not helping.
Right then, moving on to item 52, which is questionnaire.
On the hub.
Steve, can you
Or you won't have seen the result of this, but I sent them to Leanne earlier today. Rotated just already, so.
I don't know, it's the completed one, is it?
So if I have to read while Leanne sorts out. Question one, and the traders will be aware of these because obviously they filled the questionnaire in for council and those that weren't. Question one was the market is managed by Swaffham Town Council through the Markets and Tourism Committee. Are you aware of who your representatives are? And the traders came back. I put out, I think 27 and I've had 20 responses today. So, but I think it gives a good picture. Yes, 18 returns, no one, I'm sure one. The comments should be more market reps to ensure sufficient every meeting. I think we have that. Very capable people who care deeply for the market, and perhaps a newsletter produced by the committee. Question, sorry, no, if there's any questions, please far out, otherwise I'll carry on. Question two, day-to-day management of the market is the responsibility of the market superintendent. Are you aware of their duties? Can I say? Yes, 20, no, none, unsure, none. Comments, Ian is a huge asset to the market, keeping traders informed and always happy to help. He's very organised, he's excellent, vigilant and capable. He cares deeply for the market, always operates in a calm fashion. So thank you, traders. I'll be sure that. Question, oh, here we are. Questions three. I won't read them out. I'll
Are you ready?
I would say the one yes on question three was actually the sarcastic free tea and coffee. That's why they'd like to see some changes. It was done in humour. It wasn't done in anything else. It wasn't.
Sausage rolls, mince pies, but
Yeah, well, yeah.
We used to have sausage rolls and spice, didn't we?
we did, yeah.
Well, that was pointed at.
Yeah.
Trader.
Just to say, I might have caused the problem there because I got on and said, oh, the auction was left out. Ian Sherwood turned up and came first with a huge load of mince pies and a bottle of port. And he couldn't get in because it was just at the start of the turkey sale and he got sent back with an empty plate and an empty bottle. And he had to go and get another one.
Question four. I would say I think we've sort of introduced bits of a couple of people who've arrived. I've tried to introduce them to the committee where appropriate. And I know David's been round to meet all, which I think is really positive.
We're going to try and
The next one should answer that.
yeah, we're going to try and continue that. I'll go and see, new traders, just introduce them so they know, just so they know that there's actually someone on their side that's involved in the committee. If you,
So question five, I think some form of welcome introduction pack. Just a few or 3 pages would be useful for them, for the new traders, with perhaps a map of where the other traders are, in particular highlighting the committee members.
Yeah.
So it just does that introduction again. And I'll
a note of
of
who the reps are and where they are, what they are, just to.
question 6. There we are. And I think this might gel in with the tourism side as well. Something I particularly want to get involved in because I don't know what the money, but it might be something that others can.
Well, I'll just add, I mean, it's surprising what you class as tourism, but actually the town centre and the market day is a tourist attraction in its own right to those people that don't have something and want that nostalgia. I mean, we'll see bus trips either to Bury St Edmunds or anything else. And I think if we could find the relevant bus companies, say from Orphan at Hertfordshire area, which have lost that rural, we could perhaps tie up with Thetford so they could come to Swaffham in the morning and have that in the morning, and then they can go to Thetford in the afternoon. So we get that full day. And then I got Thetford, the chance to go to the museums in Thetford, and everything would probably tie up quite well And I'm sure these bus companies from the south could sell that sort of trip quite easily.
Something political. And we could write to bus companies.
You find something where you want that sort of Hertfordshire sort of thing,
Yeah.
South Cambridgeshire.
We could do with knowing what coaches are sort of.
Yeah, we need those ones from away, you know, you are going to have someone coming here, they're not going to say bring them from, well, they might come from Yarmouth, but we need to have those companies coming in. It's more a case of knowing who those companies are, bringing in the bus companies driving through to Thursford, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, we need to go to Thursford car park and take pictures of the buses.
Obviously, we find a lot from Manchester.
Yeah, fine. When I did the Christmas tree festival, there were hundreds and hundreds going through to Thursford, all over the country. I didn't realise how huge it was. It's quite a big undertaking.
There's some of them are staying over outings. Once a
Yeah.
month is what you said might, and this could be a trip.
There's not many of them.
Nothing like this around Alma.
It's that summer thing where they can have all day, you know, you don't mind getting up,
Yeah.
don't mind getting up and say 7:30, 7 o'clock to catch the bus for an hour or so trip to here. So they spend here till say 1 o'clock.
Does anyone go to Thetford very often? I'm just thinking if we, you know, a list of the coaches that are at Thetford.
I'll tell you what I'll do, I'm on the
You chuck out.
LVET board, Local Visitor Economy Partnership Board. There's people what's the chief exec. I'll ask him because he'd know, and that might come under their tourism. And actually, we've also got Vanessa from Stratton's. She's on the board as well.
Yeah. Because yeah, it's saying it's named under the obviously the
Well, they
way.
might rise something on that other point, you see, and do something for us because they are proposing this more tourism on a wider area.
Yeah.
The Brexit.
Right, sorry. Question 7, episode 6. Yeah, I've just listed the comments are taken from the returns from the questionnaires. Each full stop delineates between one person's comment and then the next person's comment. I have got the originals if ever there's a question, but they are basically precede. It's been, there might be some therefore repetition. Roaming rather than just a buttercross, which would be sensible. When we had buskets, we had done by assembly rooms as well as by the buttercross, and you know, it's. I don't think any of the traders will complain about the buskers and such like. It was just the other day when they used the amp that really was too loud.
Don't look at me. Nothing to do with me.
No.
That's the first time I've heard it. We had lovely. We never hear nothing, do we?
Yeah. How can we start getting some entertainment then?
Is it if we pay for it or whether we put advert on social media asking musicians, you know, space?
There's always been the ones that are asked to pay, who want paying, and then you took your budget and you really need someone to really quickly because you've picked someone that doesn't appeal to those wandering around, then you get all the negativity, which is not. Or you can do it and say your opportunity, entertain Swaffham free, promote yourselves as aware, and you will let them advertise or have some cards in case someone wants them for an act for something else, and say, oh, here's our chance for someone, you know, if you want to come and do an hour stint or so, it's your opportunity.
Yeah, so I think that's probably the best way to go, isn't it, to start with, to see what we get. We advertise it on, I was going to suggest local schools as well, because they will have to bring parents. Therefore, coming from
Grandmothers, aunties, uncles, they'll all follow.
yeah, absolutely. It's those ones we really want.
I don't know if Radio Norfolk still do it, but they did at one time, used to do this equity thing, didn't they? So to get their equity ticket, they have to do so many hours in front of an audience before they can get an equity ticket. So whether that still stands or not, I don't know.
Problem is Radio Norfolk now, Paul. It's no longer Radio Norfolk, is it?
Radio Stanley.
Cambridgeshire, Lincolnshire, Essex, and it's
It doesn't really matter, does it? You know, they still.
Norwich Radio or something.
You know, we can try various things on social media.
After the afternoon, that's no point.
Well, he won't win.
I suppose it wouldn't harm
That means
if you hear somebody out there, you know, Lynn or somewhere else, and you hear someone that's
reasonable.
Still wants to encourage them to keep us on.
Yeah.
Yeah, money to encourage them coming back.
I think what Fabian said's a great idea.
Yeah.
Come show us your stuff.
Yeah.
Got an hour free.
Yeah.
Every Saturday.
Book your slot.
Yeah.
And you can
Give
have
me
two
all
or
the
three.
number.
If they don't want to be there all day, then you can have two in the course of the day if they double book themselves, because you can take who's available and say,
That Wigan auction times.
I don't matter if they're the other place. I can shout louder than them.
They might, is it like the third by the assembly rooms when the auction's gone, that's not going to affect you, is it?
No.
It's just the amplification, isn't it?
Which, yeah.
Problem with that.
Yeah, ain't got worried.
Just actually finding the best contact vehicle.
It's that loud bloke coming out of the kit, out of the greyhound after he's had two or three. That's more my problem. But if you keep Lee as his stall, that should eliminate that.
Right, we move on to 7 then. I'm sorry, you can do that one, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, self-explanatory.
Question 8 can be contentious, I suppose, but one many of the traders have been asking about. So
Okay.
I did think, but then after Saturday with the rain out, that could have caused a problem at the time. I don't think anyone should leave until the auction is finished. But then if the auction's not there,
Auction
when you
always
start,
finished
that's fine. Yeah.
it's for the
I think
committee.
230 is a good time.
Yeah.
52 weeks of the year.
Yeah.
Personally.
That's what we do now.
We do two, don't we?
2 now.
So 2:30 is the gozy.
Yeah.
2 o'clock is start hunting.
Yeah.
So it's with the, I think I assume was what meant by that is it's a 2:30 finish for a 3 o'clock departure. And that's how I read it, unless anyone reads it differently.
We do, yeah, we don't want to, you know, like 2 o'clock to go. That's moving it.
We don't want pop-ups down in your van and you leave at 2:30. No.
Yeah.
You don't touch anything till 2:30.
You said pack up from 2:30.
Yeah, 2:30, then leave it free when it,
It just means that's the time all year round.
Just with the
Yeah.
discretion of the market superintendent, depending on the weather.
yeah.
With discussion.
Do we need to change the market rules for this?
So what's the thought? At the moment, it's changing winter and summer. Do we want to keep it the same time all year, or do we want to keep it changing it? Lee?
I personally think that's something to be discussed very early next year to start it off correctly.
Mhm.
And then we've got more time and not Christmas pending and things like that. And I think that's something to be discussed in the beginning of next year.
Yeah.
Everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
So maybe everyone should perhaps have a think about
Good
it,
idea.
you know,
Please.
Yeah.
rather than making a decision tonight for the rest of the future for Swaffham Market.
Yeah.
The next lot after us lot might come along and go, well, if it's 2:30, might as well make it 1:30. And then 20 years from that lot, and then, well, let's make it midday. Before you know, there's nothing here.
Yeah.
And after 18 years of serving the Swaffham, I'd like to think the market's going to be here forever.
Yep.
So let's think about it.
Would not want to be
No.
early if that's what
Yeah.
we're doing. Right, was there a question 9?
No, that was it. It was just a free for all comments.
Electricity quite light, so we know that.
Yeah.
It's like social media, web page.
They're on WhatsApp, aren't they, for any police issues, if there's any shop in and that's,
Yes.
that's live, isn't it?
Yeah. With the social media web page. He and I have talked about it. What's the Facebook page that you've got, Lee? It's just Swaffham.
Mine is Swaffham Saturday Market, but I only set that up.
Yeah.
When I was getting constant aggro from Lister.
Yeah.
And then Lister commented how good it was doing on Facebook, and then Bishop had to say, well, actually, it's not ours, it belongs to Lee Martin, and she hated it then. So, but that's the only reason I set up Swaffham Saturday Market page. And because Bishop never done nothing with that other one. He was Twitter mad 24 hours before Saturday, and what customers look at Twitter? I do, but that's business wise, not.
Yeah.
So
What we're thinking is that all the stall holders sort of need access to a page if they've got promotions or something on for that day. No?
no, I disagree, because you'll end up with people putting stupid things on there and things that are inappropriate. So they need to make it on their page,
It's got to be,
tagging Swaffham Market, and then Ian by 10 AM can see all the tags in, and if he thinks it's appropriate, it can then be shared. You've got to have that police, because
yeah.
people will put things on that shouldn't be.
I was going to say it needed to be moderated though.
Then
They need access to
their
it.
own page, tagging Swaffham Market,
moderated
Swaffham
on
Saturday, as I do.
Yeah.
And then if it's okay to put on, I then put it on, because before
Yeah.
you know it, Swaffham Market page gets shut down for inappropriate.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
nonsense.
no,
It shouldn't even be on Facebook.
it's got to be policed.
Yeah, so leave it as main admin, or any of us, me, Hayden, whoever, but whoever looks at it, can go, yeah, that's okay, and up it.
Can we tell the traders to forward it?
Make whatever they want on their own page, and then tag in Swaffham Market page.
You have the problem also if you do a falling out with a trader or something,
Maliciously.
or you can do it, they can go and put malicious things
Oh,
on
yeah.
anything else.
Yeah.
No, it's got to be
And you don't
moderated or policed.
My Swaffham Saturday Market page outdoes Swaffham Market page.
Yeah.
But, and I no longer have time to look at it with all mine.
It's clearly something we need to, or I need to work with others to get to that
Yeah.
point. And we have to decide which is the best social media to utilise, because I think certain.
Facebook and Instagram are connected, so you can connect those. So I think I've got the Instagram as well, Swaffham Saturday Market page as well, but I think that needs to be, you need to centralise that to your page, council do. So whenever you put anything on Facebook, it automatically goes on to Instagram. And Instagram is the new, if you like, Facebook. Facebook's my generation. The new generation is Instagram.
I'll have some lessons.
Just to give you a point, when I first did the auction there and just sort of help promote, I got the county council to share it. That's had over 500 likes, but that's been viewed over 110,000 times.
Wow. That's all.
But see, that worked to the advantage of the county council, because that brought a new load of people following them. But let's say we say essential information, but it's there was a lot of people who did already go to Swaffham or remember Swaffham from a different one, but it's brought up, it's 110,000 people viewed that.
Yeah.
Brought that into it.
But that's all about who you share your pages with. We've just done the light switch on a whole, and we've had over 200 new pages, like pages to our page, because whole market decided they've now realised what asset they've got with my social media for whole North Norfolk, and they've now connected to that. So we've increased and they've increased, but they've been fighting me because we now out hashtag whole for North Norfolk more than what whole market does. And now they now know why. So like what Fabian has said, it's because of the comms unit and with Breckland, and it's connected to Breckland, which is in theory brought more likes in Swaffham.
But you've got to change that hashtag. So should we say at certain times of the year, like now, if you're doing stuff in the post, Christmas really think to say Christmas is more important than, so we say, I don't know,
Rightly,
primroses or anything else.
we'll come in
Then you
just that
yeah,
chicken on Saturday.
Is that
think that'll help them out.
change around?
Good day, man.
It just brings more people looking at watching on Instagram.
I think you should do it.
You did a chat with them. Nicholas. There are a lot of them can be out before the market. It needs to be out before the market.
Yeah.
Earlier in the week doesn't.
But we can put a bit of Friday, you can go out a quick picture of something and say what they want. It's, okay, quickly, there's Lee, asparagus season or something else. So look, we've got the first asparagus, we've got anything else, that's there. Picture of that, hashtag that, plus all these plants, blah, blah, blah. certain times we know people want the bedding plants or want vegetable plants, whatever else, others a bit of brick and brack, something to change around, whatever they want.
Anything else on there? He goes on about the toilets, which is not unusual.
But may I ask a question on the other side of the table? I'm sorry, and Lindsay, so, sorry. What is actually happening with the toilets? Are we having male and female back or?
There's a plan going through for full council, wasn't there?
Yeah.
That's a big asset to us on the side.
Yes.
People don't have to
Won't be
keep
done
them
for-
so they've got time to shop and.
I mean, there's 2 toilets open now, correct? Yeah.
The other one will be open by the end of the
Well, at
week.
the end of the week, so yes, 2 toilets open. But Bob's plan gives one where it's kind of a unisex toilet thing, which I'm not a fan of. But then he's got another plan which does have separate ladies, gents and
Always just be ladies, gents and.
Yeah. yeah, so that's the plan that seems to be.
I think it's more or less going back to what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it won't be for quite
Are they,
a while.
are they going to be paid?
No,
No, the toilets are now free, but they will close at 4 o'clock.
limited.
Without, so that just comes out vandalism. That's what I said. If we're not being there, the other ones now. And the other market towns away, whether they're successful or not, and it's not the cash, they've got that little tap and go, and some of them are 10, 20p. They said it's not the money, it's actually, it prevents that vandalism, particularly when they got that card bit.
The gates have actually arrived for them now as well.
Yeah, because yeah.
It's the deterrent.
it's the, yeah, because you know, and I don't mean it's like putting 20p, but you could have £5 to go and that still get vandalised and you're not going to ever recuperate the cost. It's, and will they recuperate the cost of toilets? No, but it's at 10 or 20p. Once you tap and go, you then know who has been in and used that toilet, and you've then suddenly all those other ones are preventing that. You know, you're deterring the ones that you know eventually going to catch. Say, well, look, actually, we can limit it down to who's done it or whatever else.
To answer my question, is toilets are coming.
Yeah, well, like the answer, the second one will be up and running this week.
Yeah.
Toilet block is in planning for reinstating. And the gates have arrived, haven't they? To
Yeah, the
put on
gates
the
are down
front
by the end of the week.
to secure them.
Yeah, I already knew that bit because my mate's built.
There you go then.
Right, we move on to M53, provide update on TRO for the Costa Road.
So I've had correspondence from Norfolk County Council. This is sort of opened a can of worms.
Yeah.
The 2 disabled bays near Costa, which are currently used as market, shouldn't be. They're not within the plan of the market.
2 disabled bays.
That's right down
Right,
the
right
bottom.
behind the road.
Okay,
Oh, we've been there years. haven't
Yeah.
we?
they've been there longer than disabled.
Not as far as got some documents from Norfolk County Council.
Going back 45 years.
I don't know quite how.
The reason I asked that, this isn't to you, this
Yeah.
is to Norfolk County Council. From my understanding, before my time on here, and I think Hayden and Fabian mentioned this, that was part of the charter. And I think they've been down there as long as that, haven't they?
That,
Down the end,
they
them
have.
two, Fabian.
I've only
Yeah,
the others there.
They have, they've been down. Yeah, yeah.
I can remember stalls. There might have only been occasionally, and there might have been an occasional stall. I can remember a stall outside Premier Inn, the Premier Travel, sorry.
Yeah, so.
And the other bit, that road was closed.
Okay.
And there is actually a charter for the whole marketplace, because otherwise, if you've got that and we can't use those, then they could say we can't use just county council in front of the red line, the ground, everything else, we can't use that. But I've spoke to the director of highways last week about it, cost, and thank Lee sent me a video.
Yeah.
I think the cost of lorry coming up, and I've said that's not acceptable. They said, well, okay, limiting. And also, ironically, I got a photo of people actually double parked outside there and across there. So I said, how are these people turn around? This one's backing up. And I said, and even if they do allow that, there's people there. It's a safety, much as I dislike this pedestrianisation of everywhere and everything else and not taking into account, particularly as a rural. I think sometimes you have to use the words, and if they're, so we say, favouring, oh, there should be more people walking. I'm gonna go, people aren't going to walk when they don't feel safe and coming into a town and going anywhere. So
We had a meeting with Highways and showed them the video that you
Yeah.
recorded. They're going to refer that to the Safer Roads Network
Yeah.
team.
Mm.
But it is possible to move disabled spaces to say outside Greg's along that part of the road. But you said you're looking at 20,000 for the TRO.
20 for the T what?
TRO.
Something
traffic regulation, they're always a nightmare.
paperwork again, you mean?
Yeah, that's what it's.
Who's in control of that? The government?
That's government. and
It's
they-
illegal.
Yeah, legal technicality.
Isn't it?
Leave it with me.
I'd rather somebody be hurt than
That is the fundamental problem with anything that goes on there. We have had no record of accidents, yes, but I'm trying to prevent one.
we've had a
There is-
there was a collision today.
Few, I think.
Yeah.
Which have been.
And there is people there, I've said that as now with that lorry. And I mean, even there, if they close that temporarily, so. yeah.
Wasn't a woman hit?
Have you seen the video on that side? Out of interest.
Well, I didn't get there in time to catch, but there has been another road traffic collision there, I think today. Charlie's sent me a picture.
Who is it?
Yeah.
We need to get those report. Everyone needs to be
They
reported.
need to be reported. Our
Video couldn't have actually, you couldn't have made the video if you tried.
Maybe I was after
It was just ideal timing.
That was made.
Yeah.
So at the moment then, this TRO
Oh
is
my God.
still not,
so there's got to be another way around it.
yeah.
Leave it with me.
Just gets better. We'll leave that on the Fabian.
I
Well, I
think
don't
that's
tie it
right
with
to
me, but I've got to
Costa.
try and find a way around.
It's not cost, it's not, it's their landlord, the rent.
Might come
Yeah.
with
Who's that? The disabled chap. He's
One at a time, I think, rather than every at once.
I've got, let me see, I've got to try
Oh,
and
goodness.
catch up with Joe Warbutton and everything else about some of this traffic.
Yeah, I don't know what's that.
Well, no, because they're trying to put the plan out for traffic,
Yeah.
but highways are objecting to something else. But when Ed Coleman and I were councillor, to put it in, because what we said, we want to increase the traffic flow. So come into a wider context, we said, if you totally transformed the way of the traffic, you could reduce the traffic lights outside the George to only a 3-way rather than a 4-way, because then if everyone comes, no traffic went down that side of the Buttercross, should we say the Red Lion side, they went down, then round by the buses and out. We know the HGVs can get round, then one traffic come that way, and then because then you'd only use 3 sets of traffic lights rather than 4. You could allocate the traffic to get more traffic through. And then while they were doing that at the same time, then we can attach on the Costa or something else.
You know, they've had all this go to the committee and that, and they've found that whatever they do with the kind of the east or the west side is just going to throw the problems from one side to the other. You know, and the outcome of the committee's decision was is status quo.
The problem is there's the traffic lights outside the George, and if you've got the 4 system,
Yeah.
and if you can change that to a 3 and allocate that time you've then saved to the traffic going along the A1065, either in or out of Swaffham, you're not creating that congestion, that hold up and push that traffic through. And by moving the traffic, you're also reducing that air pollution because they're not sitting there ticking over outside the areas. But that just got to be slowly explained again and again.
Right,
And
should we move on then to,
You mentioned about the TPO. In a lot of places, they have a limited, don't they? You've got to have your deliveries before a certain time of day. And that is signposts. I've seen it in a lot of places where they say deliveries before 8 AM or whatever it is. Yeah, is that something we could look at instead of, if we couldn't go down the full order?
Costa can be written to, and that might be the option in the first case by highways to say that you are, if we believe that you are you are compromising road safety by taking this delivery, and we would strongly recommend that you alternate your delivery times to do that, and then it puts the pressure onto them. And they won't want that if there's an accident and happen, they were advised not to. So it could be a polite notice to Costa.
Is that
what Port delivery.
us as a town council?
But I wouldn't do any harm, and then that probably might well come from highways as well.
Ian, oh, sorry, Lee.
What Paul's referring to, I believe, is pedestrian areas, so things like Norwich and Cambridge.
Yeah,
and
not the big
Ipswich and stuff like that. It's like what Fabian said, it's that pedestrian area is great if you're not in rural.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
99.9% of our customers drive.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I was just saying, though need a brilliant picture of a lorry back up, there's been so many near misses with cars, disabled cars, try to turn around. The plant store used to be there. He's taught every other week. One of his customers was nearly hit by a car, usually not, it wasn't without any lorries or anything like that. It's so dangerous because he had his stall and then people walk alongside. It's,
I think this comment from North County Council at the store that need to be there. I'm sure the stalls were there, as has been said, a long while before they redid that area.
yeah, definitely.
Don't worry.
You know, years
That won't-
before
They, they won't be moving those stalls, without getting a lot of verbal from me.
Thank you. All right, can we move, we'll move on then to item 15.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll let you know more end of this week, I hope.
And Fabian's trying. Right, 54, discuss, consider UK Power Networks electric installation quote.
Still waiting for a revised one, but the initial 1 point is 5,555.
Because the red lines are.
Yeah, this one is outside Hand, one outside Starlings, and then an additional one on the marketplace.
So that'd be for the three.
Yeah.
Looking at, is
15,000.
it 5 for all of them?
Yeah.
But 5 for all,
No,
for each.
15k plus that.
Two.
What's the charge for electric?
Oh, we can do that.
I'll be dead by the time that's paid for.
Don't know.
It's just ridiculous, isn't it?
It costs to do the whole ring when we get it done around the market.
I'd have to look that up. I don't know off the top of
That'd
my
be a
head.
lot different now.
Was that funded from somewhere?
Yeah, might be, but
What you think is
Six money, I think, wasn't it?
Or was it a has?
From Tesco's, I think it was.
Where else do you think they're needed?
Well, we've been talking about this for the last year outside Starling's fish stall and.
Cheese stall,
Cheese
fish stall and
And the-
auction house one for
Yeah.
their equipment. They're going electric.
The ring had done around the market, but there's nothing over the other side of the road.
Nothing Fountain side either.
Can we get any funding? Is it possible?
Keeping an eye out for
You're
it.
looking, yeah. It's ridiculous though, because they're wanting an economy to thrive, yet when you try and do something.
yeah, but that's UK Power Networks.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in thriving their economy than everything else.
What's the everyone else then, isn't it?
For environmental.
More
That'd be agreed there.
You'd be better off putting up, asking, see if you could put some solar panels on the red line. That costs the same money, then say, can we have the electric after that?
I never do that.
Could be
No,
well.
I know, I mean, it's slightly.
So that one is still in progress. Still.
Yeah, I mean, we can put it to full council for agreement.
That's what
So I think it's worth it. How are you gonna recoup that?
Yeah.
Definitely gonna be recouped.
It's needed, but it's not financially viable.
It's not there, you can spend
Sorry.
10 for that money and have more benefit for the market doing
Yeah,
other things.
yeah.
They need to get rid of the
Actually get
generators.
the diesel generators legal. I mean, that's imminent, isn't it?
Well, they're not
Yeah.
illegal,
No.
but they're also not diesel, they're petrol over
Oh, are they?
there. This
So
whole safety side of them really, and
Mm.
you know, it would also, it's not just for the market, it would benefit other events that go on throughout the year, wouldn't it? So there's tourism got a pot full of money. It's worth a try, isn't it? So, but yeah, So yeah, it benefit the whole of the town, not just the market, but it's not, as a business point of
No.
business side, there's no way that works.
No.
As Fabian said, not even 10% of that works really. So they're just telephone numbers, aren't they?
Well, we'll just have to let it go then, won't we?
I'll keep an eye out for funding.
So, yeah, get something, right. Right, 55 is discuss and consider 4 locations at entrance roads of town to display market signs. They were on, there was photographs that were sent out, I don't know if you've seen them with the minutes and that. Did anyone see them?
Is what down the market have for their market.
And bottom,
Yeah.
people don't go.
This is a sign that says the market here. Can have Friday and Saturday or just Saturday.
Yeah, so that's all
And
right.
then the 4 main places or entrances to the town,
And we add to that sign without any problem?
we'd have to get agreement from highways
Yeah.
about putting them underneath,
That's what I meant, yeah.
but he couldn't see a problem on
Yes, there must be
these ones.
with their charges.
Oh, yeah.
You could try and ask, but if you ask councillor Nunn if he's got any money out of his highways and environment budget, and he checks with Luke, he may be able to fund those
Yeah,
because they go on under highways things if he hasn't already spent his budget.
an estimate out of the sky was £2,000 for the 4 signs to be installed.
Mm.
That sounds about right.
Done.
Yeah.
They're made out of metal, aren't they? They've got proper brackets on them, and they're reflective and everything else. That sounds about right. Good idea.
Anyone got any comments on them? Are you happy to see that?
As long as you don't say Friday, it's fine.
Just Friday.
What would they say Friday and Saturday?
Did you want? I don't know. That's
I don't know
that's
what-
fine. Well, I suppose fine.
Yeah, the other one is on the A47, isn't it? The big sign coming in from Linway, as far as I remember, and I must admit I haven't looked that closely, like still had the Ecotech or Green Britain Centre advertised on there.
That's national highways.
Yeah, it's bigger, it's national highways, but that couldn't we ask that be changed to Market Town or something rather than the Green Britain Centre, which is a private enterprise now?
I thought they'd all been taken down.
Is that?
Whereabouts exactly?
Yeah, it's just as you go onto the dual carriageway, just coming towards Market Town on the A47. Not,
I'll have to have a look.
Go past it every time I come there.
I know it was there.
is that still there?
From Lynn. Huh? You mean
Yeah,
from
from
Lynn?
Lynn.
From Lynn, yeah.
Is that still there or not?
I don't know.
I haven't, don't come that way,
I
don't
go past every week.
You still got those signs.
Never look at that
Damn,
night.
they usually are damn good clean. So it
No,
doesn't
we're
really-
Yeah, down markets are all nice.
Brand new.
So that's going to be progress.
Freshwater.
Everybody's
Right. We need
So
a
do we have a
whip.
proposal for it?
possibly. We'll have to go to full council for.
Yeah, fine.
It's a good idea, though. I sure like that.
Does anybody object to doing that? So is everybody in favour of doing it? Yeah.
Yeah, we'd more like to see that. Why not?
Yeah, that's very good.
The end of Saturday.
No.
Professional. Yes.
Suppose. Yeah, so everybody agrees that we'll have them both on Friday and Saturday.
Are they listening?
Yeah, maybe not. And you in agreement to have them Friday and Saturday on.
And Wednesday.
Hmm?
So yeah, if I could, they won't listen.
Oh, yeah, I was listening, I was watching the room.
Well, Friday's a big tour.
Agree
Yeah,
Friday
but-
and Saturday.
I must admit, we shut for a few weeks over January, and I go up town quite a lot. And I go, can you please open it?
Right.
We're dead and tea there. So it does bring a lot of people.
56.
Was in town.
Hmm.
Somebody has proposed that we should consider doing the Sandringham show this year.
Yeah, we should.
It's a 5-day event.
Mm.
At the
Which
top-
you can show.
All right,
Well,
just,
sure.
Sure.
Because it's done by the Royal.
In and gone this year, hasn't it?
Yeah, no,
next one.
so next year, 26th, the next one.
You've got
This
to
the Royal Horticultural Society is doing it over a 5-day period rather than a single day.
The amount they're going to charge, I don't think it's worth it, personally.
No, not right.
It's
Chris is going anyway.
Well, why
so
don't we
he-
just have some nice
I
leaflet?
don't think he's going.
He said he does.
Yeah, no, used to. Is he going?
Yeah.
Where's the cost? And see,
When the 5 days.
There was it's expensive over there. It's on, oh, this bit.
Yeah.
For Norfolk Produce or everything.
Mr. Norfolk's.
I do the RHS shows, so I know they're coming in.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
It's a lot of money and you've got to recoup that. You think you could just,
We would just be handing the information, we wouldn't.
yeah, no, but if you have a stand or something, or do we
To add to
put some like leaflets actually on lead stand or something else?
The thing is with these shows, people are paying money to get into them.
Yeah.
They like to spend money when they're there. If it's a free show, then it's a day out for the family. People don't necessarily spend money. So these shows are different. So there's proper money in these events. Like there's going to be at Ely this weekend with the cathedral open. You pay a lot of money to be there. I mean, if you looked at this, if you looked at either of these two stands here,
Yeah.
there is enough gear on them stands to pay the rent, pay the wages and recoup the gear. The numbers just aren't there, but they're not there for the day. They're not there for the 5 days. They're there for the after sales, the online and, and, oh, well, we'll have that in our farm shop or we'll stock that jump or whatever, they're there for the whole thing of it, like we will be. But Swaffham Town Council to spend the number to be there, I think it's great if people are visiting, but they're already in Norfolk.
£2 then.
You won't get, you won't go recoup that.
Yeah, no,
So
not on information.
That's £218 per metre square.
Yeah. It's nice.
So if you just have a 3
Free to
metre
free.
frontage,
9 times that,
wow, I do.
nearly £2,000.
No.
for a little
I'm
sure, you're not going to do,
just the day. I'm there for the whole internet sales for the future. Not,
yeah, but we aren't going to get there.
not.
We've got a,
That's
it's not there saying, oh yeah, these.
And who's going? Who's going to be there for 5 days?
Yeah.
Because if the council have got to pay staff to be there, it definitely ain't worth doing.
And setting up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm pay up.
You've got, you won't go recoup, you might say,
Do you know
oh,
what?
we took an extra £5,000 over all the stalls, but that hasn't recuperated the £2,000 that's been paid out at least by the council.
What I think works really well, done it on different occasions on big events, is that you do the car parks.
Lies.
Flyers in the
Mhm.
very well. Thanks for visiting Norfolk. Make sure you come and see us at Swaffham on Saturday.
Or,
It's not allowed, but
It's
that's not illegal. It's the littering of the event.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what it is.
or the other way is, we have you have your Instagram account and you hashtag RHS there, Swaffham on the way, don't forget Swaffham Market, hashtag in that. And then anyone who clicking on, looking at that, you've then got that. We have some nice pictures. And if it's there, the plants, I don't mind, Chris's bits there, his price. Should we say the items that you think, the bric-a-brac stores, Hayden's there and the plants are that price. And then suddenly, oh, hang on, we're paying at that time, we're nipped down to another time when we go to Swaffham and wander around there or something. Quick little video, hashtag.
But what
Just remember on the hashtag, come back, next time you're coming through Swaffham Market Town, we've got the restaurants, we've got the cafe, we are all this here.
what Fabian hasn't mentioned, that's every day for 2 months leading up to the show, a story every day as well.
Yeah.
At different times of the day, 5 o'clock in the evening when people are sitting down having their tea, 6 a.m. in the morning when people are getting up eating their breakfast. It's all programmed, scheduled advertisement on your page.
Sorry, again, we quoted £100 on advertising via Instagram over that period leading up to that and that week over, and we'd fit far more than we'd ever do. And it's really it's Nicola or someone in the town or us making sure there's something going through there, what to do.
Does Swaffham have a comms unit or is it just Brexit?
Nicola,
Got Nicola.
Nicola.
This case, sir?
No, I know you got one.
We're on the
You got
market on Saturday.
You got the Scottish lady, haven't you?
Yeah, I know.
I've never met the other one, but
Okay.
It's on the market on Saturday.
what does she do on the market?
And an apple to bits.
Some vegetables in.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send her over.
Right, so, I'm assuming from the conversation that's been going on that we don't think it's generally a good idea to do it. Does anyone think it's worth progressing further? No,
Good idea, but it's not cost
Yeah,
effective.
no,
Definitely not.
it's a good idea, but just not.
Under-
cost
I'll
effective.
put £5 towards an electrical cable.
Yeah.
And website.
So then, is that right? Is that enough for that? You don't
Yeah.
need- Confirm dates for the market over Christmas period.
Let's really discuss if there's going to be one on to the date.
24th.
No, everyone said it later, like to go to Christmas Eve. It's discussed Christmas Eve market. Some traders are keen to come. A lot of traders aren't going to be here Christmas Eve, and
Wednesday.
it's the Wednesday. So it's really the committee wish to have a how many want to come. That's what we're just looking for. I didn't send it to Nicola. If you go to the,
Even Phil was doing it.
it's on the weekends.
Yeah, there's traders who definitely want to
Yeah.
do it. It's just like the stuff in the spares, isn't it?
It's always done it.
Stops there, isn't it?
Yeah.
If they want to come. It's supposed to come.
That's quite odd.
She wants to come.
Yeah,
Sure, food.
oh, makes yeah, not more than 4 actually.
Lewis.
Just hard road.
Yeah.
Can't be bothered that.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
There's enough for that. There's enough there for a market if they want to come and.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's always has
There's,
been.
there's 10 traders and there may be some casuals wish to attend. It's just really to confirm our
I've got one.
we're having the markets on both.
Yeah, I've spoken to a few of them.
Yeah.
I would say yes if they're willing to do it.
They don't even Nick want to go out.
He always does. He does really well.
Nick always does Christmas.
He always does. Yeah.
I'm happy to do it. It's just really then from the steer from the committee. Are we doing a Christmas market at Christmas Eve all the way through till normal closure? Or are we closing it slightly early? Do we think
Do we normally do?
Yeah, close at 12.
last time I think it closed about one?
Yeah.
Can you remember last? Yeah, you did last year, didn't you?
Yeah, if it's going to be open, it's got to be open to normal.
Long time. That's fine.
It's got to be,
Yeah,
because
because then people are expecting it now.
people are expecting it.
Yeah.
You know, people are off. They treat it like a Saturday, I suppose, to a degree, but the busiest day will be the Saturday before.
Well, let's,
Because people don't shop on Christmas Eve.
yeah, just depending on the weather, say normal time, but that with your pass on to the superintendent's discretion, because if it's all really quiet, there's no point in it.
Yeah, that's right.
But can we have a month's worth of advertising, not paid for, just daily Facebook, Instagram, Twitter with from the
We
college?
need to speak to Nicola about that, so we'll do that on Saturday, shall we?
Please, you're going to bring it to me, are you? Yeah.
It will come to us.
So we are having a Christmas Eve market. Yeah.
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 Enough to do.
So,
Yeah.
Should we need anyone
Well,
disagree with
they got some of that smoke before then, aren't they?
You disagree with it?
We always don't.
All right, those in favour of having the market then?
You two can put your hands down.
If you put your hand up,
my cheese?
Yeah.
Same day off I get.
Yes, yes.
David can't vote because he's not here either.
No, I'm not here anyway.
he wants to be a shopper rather than a seller.
I'm going with what the other traders want.
No.
Just think as well, over the Christmas New Year, we have to be aware that as normal, a lot of the traders won't be here the whole period. That's through availability of goods, and the fresh side of things. And actually some of them have a well-deserved break because they know actually they won't do the trade. But they would definitely, so they will be skeleton over the first, sort of 27th onwards for about 4 weeks.
You can show that. I'll come back Saturday. Yeah, you would say.
No, I don't know.
Once you
Yeah.
get your
So-
credit card benefit.
Sorry, the Saturday after Christmas, you're not having.
But we haven't.
I'm
Well, the 24th. Well, every Saturday, don't they?
Is-
There won't be an auction. And if there is, there'll be a different auctioneer.
If I was to cancel, if the committee was to cancel the 27th,
I can probably
they can
auction,
probably want a
but I've got to get that sorted.
Yeah.
refund.
I'll find something. I did do one last year.
But like to do.
Oh, right. Just confirming myself on the.
Right.
That's
To discuss and consider 2026 market event programme. On there.
David, just generally, because this ties in what we're now doing at the county council, we're trying to say what can be done, is affordable, so, and we're taking our points. There is some, cheap boards, and I quite agree, the selfie board and does is the way, and there is a firm in Thetford, which is the one that you had the email for, with William Nunn, which is the Christmas one at the county council. That's all produced by a firm in Thetford with designs, and something like that. They're an outdoor designed one, and they're very easy photographs, and you can even have one designed for the sheep, so you can have someone as the shepherdess with a sheep and stick your head through as the lamb, whatever you want designed. And it comes down to, if you could do the Instagram bit, we're following on from other points, and if you need someone to keep hashtagging there and why they're coming up, and it's just having those little theme days without spending a lot of money. And I would say county and district have been very guilty of that before, that thinking if you put a lot of money at something, it does, but it's no good. From speaking as the bigger authority point, we go in and do something in a town, then you move out, and then the town can't afford to do what was done to continue. So we're trying to put ideas in, and we're doing different little promotionals, which we're trying to get the towns to bid for. But also, if you think, oh, we weren't successful, we could do a variant of what we've suggested or done. So hopefully, please don't mean at this, but they come out of the bottom again. We're going to try and do a competition to have who is going to be this 2026's Norfolk's Valentine Town. But we aren't going to be putting a lot into it, but it's just giving that hype and that visibility. But then the other towns will think, well, actually, oh, what you've done, oh, we could do that ourselves on a minor point. And, you know, it's a small bit, oh, if you love the person you're with, and you just put a sticker off, seeing it from other towns away. Oh, if you love the person you're with here, take a photo here. So like you just put a lot of little poster or sign up in the Buttercross or something near series, and it just encourages people. And of course, they've instantly hashtagged the town or something. Oh, Hayden could have one. If you love the person you're with, buy them a primrose or a flower or a rose or something, you know. Alex could do heart-shaped burgers or something like that.
Lee can do a potato. Hayden want to say something?
Yeah, I'd come to something completely different. I just come to as my son now lives in Wales, and their markets are done like this was in the 80s. So you got 100 odd stalls and that, and the town centres. He works in a hotel, and they done He's at Porth Awards. You could not get in that hotel, and they just done an award ceremony for all the local shops, and it included all the market stalls. You know, their best presenting market stall, best new market stall, best new shop. So about 50 of these awards they give out. They could not move in that place. He said, "I've never seen something so busy in my life," and it sort of recognised all the town as one. So you got awards for market stalls, awards for shops and new shops, and it sort of brought it all as one. And I just thought I'd bring it up as an idea. Once thought about it.
We could have.
They don't Porth Awards. You know,
Let's curse.
they had it at the hotel, you know, where he
Yeah.
works. But he said, "I've never seen so many people in my life. They all come to these awards. I suppose all the Turkish hairdressers and that, all in with him."
That was our place for
Um,
it.
they-
Yeah, it did.
On both the Mr. and Mr. Eagle, yours, I think the Chamber of Trade used to do that about 30 years ago. Lots of Chamber of Trade seems to have disappeared everywhere now. And from what Fabian says, you're better off growing something organically so people visualize it rather than having it shoved into them because you're paying a firm to do it. So the organic growth is more natural, and that's what people latch on to with social media. So yeah, so what you said, there's no point in paying for it. You're better off having it natural.
500,000 votes for them things for the
Yeah.
public.
Yeah, but
That's
there's a,
ridiculous, isn't it?
yeah, but you've got a different population size out there, haven't you?
Yeah.
You're trying to do it like in Norwich,
Actually.
just coming back.
But it's still,
Yeah.
you do it on the
Yeah.
scale, it just brought the town together. I just thought,
But you can also do thing, take out the connections. You can have like a selfie board or something there for the peddler of Swaffham, anything else. You can have, you could do it on an Egyptian theme or anything, all those things. We can keep, there's so much we can do. And we did it before, we've done it July the 4th. You even did, I'm sure we said the Caribbean Day, and
Yeah.
it's not, we want people to come in there and realise that's available every day, every Saturday. But the problem is when it's on your doorstep and it's there every Saturday, people then get in mind, oh, I can go next Saturday, I can go next Saturday. So somehow you've got to do something just that little bit different to somehow come and rush them in. We did and I'm not saying because we have always done it, but we did do a bit of which out of the fish shops could fill at the kip or whatever the thing the quickest, and we've done all those different things. And it's just finding those things without spending a lot of money, because we can soon go down something and so we're going to do this all singing, all dancing. And actually sometimes it's just the tiniest thing, because actually the whole market and the whole town centre is the attraction. We just need a little something to get people to come in there, because once they bump into someone they know, they wandered around the auction, they can keep a bit of time, and some people with children, there's enough, whether it's having something, Alex, there's a stall, there's enough cafes and everything else to go into as well, and there's the other shops. It's just giving them, shall we say, stimulating their interest enough for them to come up, and we can do that. And like all of us would have a different idea. So I've said some ideas I do, but someone else would have a different idea, and that's what we need. So it's variety ideas, because like I said, as much as there's many people that's going to attract what I've said, there's been many people that isn't interested. So you need one of us with some different ideas and different themes to come out and bring those into an interest. And it's even turning it, we can call it, we've got 2 plant stalls. We know they can come in and buy, and we call it Plant Saturday. We call it asparagus that Saturday. Oh, we're gonna have the first asparagus. Get down there, who can, be the first to get your asparagus, get it eaten, or anything else, And some of those things is just silly little things to bring people in.
So we go through, see, January there isn't any events on.
No.
January's fairly quiet anyway. The February 14th is Valentine's selfie board. So would we use the original board, or
We've got a Valentine's one.
we got them from
Yeah.
So that,
I'll just, sorry, Sharon, just add, put a sign up somewhere on some of our more iconic sites, like the even if it's attached to something to the Buttercross, so they're inside there. Stand here for your bit, so they're inside that picture with the background.
Yeah.
Just encouraging people to hashtag whatever's there and doing it. And you can take it. Just what some other people have done with this other bit is actually we can tap in a token to spend in the market for the person who gets the most likes. So the person who gets the most likes on their social media story and get, so we say, a £10 token spent on them at the mark, you know, on a Saturday.
You have to wear that chicken.
Valentine's Started Board World Book Day, Global Recycling Day. Obviously, all these need promoting, don't they, beforehand?
Yeah.
Sheep Fair, W Market, World Bee Day.
So, just go back April, didn't we always, I'm sure there was always like, that's done more for a charity, and there was always like Primrose Day. So if we take pressure on for the plant stores, but call it Primrose Saturday.
Yeah.
Come in. We'll get to a Rolex Saturday or something in a little while. So it just makes people come in and
Yeah.
stimulates what they want.
Yeah,
Because obviously you want them in there to buy.
Yeah.
Um,
like World Bee Days, bringing
Yeah,
in.
book days, easy bee days, selling the honey, and we've got whatever 4 or 5
Yeah.
people selling 4 or 5 different people's things. And certainly.
Young market, young trader market. I know it's not necessarily worked that well in the past, but I think it's still something we need to keep trying
It's the only one.
because it hasn't worked.
Just to pick on a positive note, we launched that young market thing, trial with all support thing a few years back, didn't we? We didn't get that much success.
No.
But because we did it and shared it around, Bury St Edmunds took our idea.
Yeah.
And it has been a success for them as a bigger market on a town and done it, and they've done it really well. But they wouldn't have done it
If it hadn't been us.
doing it.
Yeah.
So okay, hasn't worked for us, but we have helped some young traders and done something else because we did it.
I think it's important we still try it.
Yeah.
You know, especially now that hopefully there's more, someone going to want to do it. Again, it's probably, we need to promote it a bit more than perhaps we have.
I think if we want the market to still be there in 25 years, then we need some youngsters to start.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
markets.
Twilight Market.
This is the Love Your Market Fund and four of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
We've got
Do we have any comments from the traders or anything yet about even markets or later on?
they've been given first option whether they'd like to trade on them. Not had any comments as such.
No. Is the indoor market going to stay open?
I haven't had a discussion with anyone yet, but we can. I actually don't speak to anyone who's doing it, or
To stay open or they transpose to?
we have
depends
done it
what-
before. We've done it
Depends if
Christmas and that.
I've seen you've got anything on. What nights? Is that a Friday night?
Friday night.
No, so.
Right, check out tomatoes to see, little bit of it.
What's that?
Friday night,
Friday night. Friday eve.
Friday evening.
A little bit of disappointment because actually I did vote through and prove that funding for that. But perhaps like doing your living history part of that, but call it an Egyptian night, use those bits and take that Tutankhamun's and that Howard Carter. That tie in with some of the other things they're actually doing, because by that time as well, also, Norfolk County Council or the Records Office has had £250,000 from the National Lottery Fund that now should have employed the people, and they're doing it's partly an exhibition, but to encourage local research as well on the lost country houses and the breakup of the estates of the area. So they have their researchers, which probably come out. So if you tied that in with the Tutankhamun's Howard Carter on the 28th of August, when they should be up and running, you would have Didlington Hall, and Didlington Estate was broken up, but that was where Howard Carter had the Egyptian stuff. So that would tie in with that. Oxborough Estate, although its National Trust has changed and shapened up, and you got Necton Hall demolished and gone. Petty Guards demolished, which is just between Spall and North Pickenham. I can go out to the other area. You could probably tie all that in, which would bring those people interested, but then buying, but you're doing all that social history around as well.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to put those in contact with what they're doing and help people and do some little bit of research and help other people.
You don't added in the railway closures and all that.
Yeah, there's just a grant for that. There'll be another grant for something else.
That would be a big thing because a lot of people are interested in the old railway lines and where they were and what happened to them. There's lots of clips of film about this, knocking around.
Sorry, Chair, would you like me to do one of my canvassing of all traders? Say who would be willing or want to attend?
Is that a council run thing and the Twilight one, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Twilight one, I think it's 4 till 8.
Mm.
But
So
just
you-
please,
Yeah.
sorry.
So if for the Friday market wanted to join in the whole, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll speak to the IC and chat with the,
I'll go around all the
Yeah.
permanent traders and
Yeah,
ask the
yeah.
question.
Yeah.
But I know some won't be able to because they've got markets elsewhere, but
Just to add, please make sure you do share the Love Your Market Town logo on that and High Streets Matters.
Yeah.
Point on that, please.
You more on there, Remembrance Day.
Christmas thing.
So has anyone got any comments on the activities on there?
No, going to be a lot of work. This is Nicholas. And it's Nicholas this.
It's a bit of both. Nicholas is just the Twilight markets.
Friday.
Not to the knowledge, we'll get back to them five.
Update on High Street funding?
Yeah, you did mention about there was be some funding for perhaps a website quite a while ago.
Breckland had some, because obviously Breckland have the thing at the moment. They will also give grants to young people or people wanting to set up a business include. So they've got their shop entrance, but that will also include market traders. So people want grants for that. So website, go digital. That's oversubscribed again, but there is that money potentially to come on with that and help with the website and everything else. There is also for all traders, if you go on to New Anglia Growth Hub, perhaps if the town council can share that in a link, there is also a load of hints and a toolkit over Christmas for all retailers, which is designed by Alexandra Heeman, who is at the county council, but she was formerly head of retail at Adnams.
Or was it New England?
New Anglia Growth Hub. That is on Facebook, and I think if you're friends with me, I've shared it. But yeah, if you can, because it just gives hints and benefits to those in the council. So it's all part of the High Streets Matters point, but it is coming out. But yeah, there's different funding changing for different points.
Okay. Safeguard training for storeholders.
so this was, sorry, I was supposed to speak. This was brought up by a couple of traders. We obviously have, and quite rightly, we've got young traders. We've got young adolescents working on stores, which we've done for years and years and years. Obviously, there is some eyes there available to see other events happening on the market or pedestrian or customers on the market. And it's whether we should be encouraging or requiring some form of online safeguarding. In the present world, it's a necessity for most places that you have some safeguarding knowledge. And it's whether we or you as a committee feel that it would be beneficial all our traders to some safeguarding training. And if so, what sort of training or what sort of training is available, or do we go out and find if you decide that is a requirement?
Sorry, just a minute. Obviously, that's now come in, and there is this new Workplace Harassment Act coming in that is defining it, and even someone else can listening and ask someone who's just had to sit through 2 hours training of that, not because I was forced to, it's mandatory for everyone, so not because I've done something wrong once. But yeah, there is that now, and it's someone, and obviously, sorry, the person who told everyone to turn their phone off.
On the alarm, it's my alarm. I forgot about it.
Yeah, so and it's not there, it's someone else can decide that something else is called a fencement. And, you know, I always think that a market, anything that's been part of that banter, but we do need to be there, particularly if there's young people working for us, and quite rightly so. And I think it's something that's hasn't helped society at all, but there hasn't been those opportunities for young people to actually have jobs and earn their money. But we do have a duty of care for them, in a point that they feel that they are in a safe working environment that helps them move forward in their life. But, you know, no one should be able to have to do anything. On basically the overall consideration was no one should be forced to have to do anything that they feel uncomfortable with, whatever age, and certain people have a duty of care to call that out. I'm not saying there is, but we have to be aware of it.
This isn't a statutory requirement, is it?
No.
At all?
That is a legal requirement now for anyone who employs people or workplaces, which
Sorry,
is why
Well,
I,
for anybody who employs people, yes, but is it for the employers as well? They all do it, do they?
well, each employer should be aware
I've
of that.
done safeguarding.
Yeah, I know, but it's aware on that
you know.
new ruling. So that's why I've just sat through it, and no doubt
Yeah.
you as a town council will have that as well, because it comes into
But,
what's relevant for it.
but it's like you're talking about young lads and people like that that have just got jobs. I mean, they're not obviously
Well-
required to do a safeguarding course.
No, it's the employer and stallholders that have, but I think we have a duty to make our stallholders aware of what, because obviously some of those laws that come in, and if you're Marks and Sparks and Tesco's, and
Yeah.
whether you're Norfolk County Council or anything else, you all become aware of those things.
But are
And
we
it takes a while.
required to do this?
Well, we're not,
That's
but we have a
market.
right to, we should correctly advise the stallholders that there is the workplace, because let's put it there politely. Most of our customers are of an older generation, and should we say what was considered the norm 30, 40 years ago, whether it's rightly or wrong, or society's changed, it's some of those things are no longer considered appropriate. And we need to make sure that they're aware, because if you do not now, it's not what you're doing. It can be perceived that if you allow one of your customers to behave inappropriately with one of your staff, you have failed to safeguard your staff. That is the problem.
Yeah.
So you have that
do
problem.
understand.
Someone now coming in your store and spending a load of money, and spends a load of money every week, but that behaviour is wrong, then you have that problem. And that's what we've been.
Can I suggest, Leanne, that we contact our James Corrigan, the HR advisor?
Yeah.
Just get some advice, and maybe we might be able to print a leaflet and
Yeah.
give it to all our stallholders. Yeah,
If there's a handout. or something.
yeah,
I think it's helpful here that you'll be aware of this new law, but
Yes.
it's not, shall we say, whereas before, oh, you've got your staff. Oh, you've got a member of your staff is not behaving appropriately to someone else or something else. You now have to be aware that you have to protect and show a duty of care to your staff
Yeah.
in their engagement with clients or other people outside of that area.
Greg and went all through this a few years back when I was on there. We would had to do all the training for this. Safeguarding and all this.
Shut down so many conversations.
oh, yeah, do.
It was so hard to shut down so many conversations.
Leave that one with.
You know, that could get out of hand quickly. You just shut them down with
We don't even.
people because it just has to.
Difficult, isn't it?
So we'll leave that one with you. It's all, yeah, you're bored.
Right.
Start saying something.
We have got some correspondence.
Easily.
There was a letter. There was a letter from.
Yes.
Yes. Has everyone seen the letter that was sent in? Was it on?
That's with the.
That came out on the massive thing. Basically, rather than going through the whole lot of what Chris is saying, what he's concerned with is the market finishing early and finishing early and earlier, and he's suggesting a 3 o'clock finish.
It's Chris.
That's the gardening and gardening store. Host
Oh, yes.
next to
Oh, yeah, I know. I get. Yeah,
Um,
sorry, didn't know his name. I know it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he says, where is it? I think we all agree we want the market to be busy until 3 p.m. with customers. Sadly, I've noticed over the years, customers drift off and very often can be very quiet even as early as 1:30. One of the suggestions she's come up with is sort of more music, which we've already discussed. Maybe just a thought, start the auction at 12, keeping visitors there longer.
Yeah.
Which could obviously that then affects,
That depends on how much is in there, doesn't it?
yeah, yeah. If there's a lot in, then that's going to be a very late finish. I mean, we're deciding, aren't we, that the times are going to be the same all year round rather than,
I think that's better.
Yes,
yeah.
yeah.
No, I think just note the comments.
And yeah, I mean, he's quite right what he says, but I don't, unless anyone else has got any ideas, I don't see how we can push it to 3 o'clock at this moment. It's just,
The trade isn't there most of the time.
no, I mean, ideally, we'd love it to stay busy till 5 o'clock, wouldn't we? Because that's more money coming in,
Yeah.
but it's just not at the moment viable. Maybe,
I was just gonna say, it's very easy to tell everyone else, but how many, if any of the stallholders say go later, you, David, whatever.
Yeah.
The three on my right, Chris, would you say, oh, there's a 10% or there's a special between 2 and 3, you know, to get people to turn up?
Yeah.
You know, you want to take them up. You're saying you want to open later, but would you do a special? Because years ago there was a difference. There were smaller people. They perhaps only went to Swaffham selling, you know, their fruit or whatever else, and then said, "Oh, I've got to clear it." And you knew you could go in later at 2 o'clock and get a bargain. It was like the meat. There wasn't the fridges. If there was a meat stall or the chiller bit,
Yeah.
and even the fish, they weren't so big. You know, that thing, crikey, we aren't open. You went there late. You might not get everything, but you know, crabs or anything else was cheaper. Those doing the sausage, crikey, got to get rid of them. We don't have that, and not unless someone's prepared. There's got to be a financial incentive
Yeah.
for someone to come in at 2 o'clock and come round
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
and not unless we're all prepared to do it. It's
you know,
not
I
gonna
think
work.
it would be lovely to make the market stay longer, which I don't realistically think that's ever going to happen. But what we can do is try and stop it from closing earlier. I think we've inherited this 2:30, if you like, and that's what we've got to try and keep to 2:30, not let it drop again.
It's a good
Because every time it drops.
People are busy, you're up to lunchtime, people are busy. It does quite enough after 1 o'clock, it gets quieter.
Yeah.
People start tidying and that is the day.
Yeah,
And we push it and we'll stay in later and later. People aren't put forward in
the
there.
important thing is that everybody does stay there till, 2:30,
Yeah,
not
decent
pack
display.
away, because
Yeah.
that's the harmful bit of the market.
Yeah,
When you get a big stall packing away early, that's when people say, well, the market's closed,
yeah.
and it affects everyone.
Yeah.
And I think it is better now, isn't it? How's brown bread now?
So we're here till after 2 o'clock. And if you know,
Yeah.
Well done. So as long as we can keep, I think we just got to keep
Yeah, I think,
pushing at,
yeah, it's good.
2:30.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, maybe if we can get some of the events running a bit later, people will
So we'll come in.
stay later. Yeah. But there's still things going on at, 2 o'clock and 2:30, then.
That might be the point. Say when you pick some of these things, that they don't start at 10 o'clock or something. They start more 11, half 11.
Later on to try and,
But it might be worth a try if someone's got things. I did see Lee, who's now asleep. But you did something. I'm sure you did a special with strawberries or something else later on, and a special option or something, didn't you?
Tidy up. Yeah.
Yeah, and like those sort of,
Yeah.
we're going to come down. It's a bit unpleasant thing to say, but it's a fact. If you want the markets, if the stallholders want the market to stay open, they have got to. that help themselves. And the quickest way you're going to get people turning up is that they feel they're going to get more of a bargain and a better offer.
Yeah.
And you always have those people that cheaper option.
If I put £1 burgers after 3, I'll be well busy at 3.
Yeah.
You would be, but
Yeah, I'd say.
financially, it's not worth doing, is it?
Yeah, ultimately, till
Is it? Once it's got you free now.
Like Fabian said though, years gone by, you would have done that.
To clear it
If
up.
not, you'd have thrown them away.
Yeah.
So you
get
could
them
do that
back better than
at
throwing them away.
half 2, 3 o'clock to get some people wandering around, or at 2 o'clock. You don't need to put it on at 9 o'clock in the morning in your case, do you?
No, yeah.
I don't think you have to do it regularly, the
Yeah.
individual stallholder, but if someone else is
Yeah.
doing another one,
yeah.
you know, it's almost like a flash sale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right from 10, one a week. 3 o'clock.
No, that's true. And that be on, so
Not like everybody's going to be there
Yeah.
waiting for the whole.
Anymore.
Just for the, like, we did talk about different boards and again, some replacement to the A boards. Has anything moved on that? Like to stop the vehicles trying to park in certain places and not be more professional instead of them wooden ones that we've got, what look. Well,
The only good thing was the wood ones, they're quite heavy.
yes.
A lot of the modern new
Yeah.
ones are quite lightweight.
Yeah.
The Hayden may be better. Raiders may be better, to comment on what's best. I would say, all in fairness, we had a couple or 2 cars in the central part of the market all of Saturday. One of which got a ticket,
still there
Still there.
Sunday.
still there.
Yeah.
Sunday's free. Yeah.
Mm.
So I don't think we've progressed any freight, but we could repair our, I think I've asked the team to repair ours, but they're not ideal. They are, you know, something I can use to advertise all the events.
They're sort of, they're ideal what they are, because they're so solid and that, but they're not that practical, are they?
Not that pleasant to look at.
No.
You're right. There's
So what is happening? Are we haven't? Nothing.
You had post and chain, didn't you?
Yeah, I bought posts and chains to increase those.
Yeah.
I could certainly look at, but as I say, I'd bow to the traders or somebody who knows about the best style of A-frame or whatever to buy, and we can utilise to, or something similar to.
Had A-frames before and they just get broken and they're in the way of
Yeah.
the pavement and then they get lost and somebody takes them home and never brings them back and you know,
So-
they lasted a couple of years. Who's going to write them up and you know,
So as well, just sticking with what replacing or repairing what we have.
repair what you have
Yeah.
for the sake of a bit of two.
Certainly lots substantial than a, say, an A-frame.
Work.
You can get the ones that, have got a big pin base, like lottery signs and such like, but trouble with them is they move around. And where you're going to put them, they're going to hit people, aren't they? The wind's going to catch them and they're going to hit people, so it's possibly better the devil you know.
New ones. Comparing what we, or making good or replacing what we have with some. Unless anyone's really didn't get.
Them little wood ones, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, the men's shed to make some nice fancy new ones.
And the only other correspondence as such that I received, I spoke to the mayor about it the other day, and just, I had a lot of aggro from the Friday market stallholders regarding the Christmas market. Reason being is that, do you agree that the light switch on, not Christmas, the light switch was on. The light switch on is obviously the Swaffham. What they've complaining about, and I mean there was a lot more than actually only being nothing about it. They queried why outsiders were coming into the assembly room on that day when the market supports Swaffham 52 weeks of the year or 50 weeks of the year, whatever. And they didn't get any option. It was going to be a craft market, which you bring in people from the outside in, maybe people who only do once or twice a year, for the good times when you've got someone there doing 50 weeks of the year.
I did speak to Nicola about that today, and apparently she said that the current stallholder's got first option.
Nope. It was a craft.
Craft.
It was just craft, not,
Existing trade, it was.
no, it was just the craft. So not all the crafts.
It just advertised the craft market, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a craft market, so none of the, like ourselves or the other stalls didn't get asked about it at all.
Yeah, we did speak to her.
Yeah, it definitely was not. It was just certain craft stalls that got asked.
I'll clarify again with her, but she did say today that.
Yeah. Well, whatever it was supposed to happen didn't happen. Yeah. And that's sort of really put the nose out of joint, which was, to me, it was understandable.
We, in future, make sure we ask if they'd all like to attend.
Yeah. She's been in touch.
We
with the
did talk about it, didn't we?
twilight markets. Current traders are offered before we've even gone out and advertised in the public. Yeah, she said they're getting vested, is what she actually said, so I was assuming that that's.
But it definitely wasn't, the indoor market wasn't done that way, was it, Hayden?
No, it was just done as a craft market, I was informed.
Yeah.
The Christmas lights.
Yeah.
So is it,
Advertising.
is it full with stalls? Is it full now with stalls?
Yeah, the assembly rooms is, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
What about outside? Is there stalls
I
outside?
think there are stalls outside, yeah, I
Right.
think there's still some room outside.
I spoke to Paul, who does the beer, the steam shed.
Right.
Because he said that he hasn't know nothing about it, because he normally does one. So he asked
It
me,
was advertised, wasn't it? I think it was advertised, so,
he asked me about it
yeah,
a couple of weeks ago.
I think it was advertised months ago, wasn't it? So it's
Yeah.
first come, first served.
Is it still available for people to go onto it?
If they contact Nicola,
Well, I'll tell him on Saturday.
yeah, get him to contact Nicola, because
I'm thinking
he's
he
still got some
He
space.
still did have, he'd done it before and
Yeah.
he asked me about it.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, so perhaps next year we
But
can.
next year we
Yeah.
can make sure that we address that.
Yeah.
Because I think we'll probably need some more space as well. I mean, we're talking about the Methodist church as well.
That's right, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
So we've got the three areas and people could move.
Yeah, I mean, it seems this year,
The market square.
This- seems more this year because you've got the assembly rooms, you've got the,
Oasis.
other one and that, so,
If we have the Methodist as well, then you've got.
Yeah.
You've got that part
Yeah.
with the market square in the middle.
yeah,
So
there's nothing wrong with bringing other people in, obviously, but you need to obviously support the people that are supporting it all year round.
yeah.
Um,
Well, I understood from Nicola today that that's what she had done, but if she
Yeah.
hasn't, so,
obviously somewhere from her down, which didn't work.
yeah.
Anyway, that's fine. I was asked to bring it up and I
Yeah.
brought it up.
You can address it for next.
Has anybody else got anything else to bring up? We've got the next meeting as the 19th of January 2026.
When?
Everybody all right with that?
Yeah, happy Christmas, everyone.
Yes. Thank you. I'll close the meeting.